Guys, welcome to my channel once again. Today I'll be showing you how to install Nginx on a new instance and how to configure Nginx to be able to serve PHP files or HTML files. So the first step is to create an instance on my AWS account. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to create an instance. I'm going to call it demo, and then I'm going to choose Ubuntu operating system, and I'm going to pick a key, and okay, I'm going to choose allow. Okay, that's all. So I'm going to launch the instance. Okay, so after creating your instance, I'm going to view the instance I just created. So this is the only instance I have running. I just created it now. I'm going to click connect. So this is the option I want to click. So it's not yet active because here it says instance stays pending. So it's still provisioning, that's it's still creating this server. This server is not yet being fully functional. So I have to wait for this pending to change to complete, or status check complete, something like that. So let me refresh it. Once it's okay running, so now I can connect to this instance. So now I want to connect to this instance via SSH, but I'm not going to use my terminal to do it. I'm going to use the console which AWS provides. So I'm going to use this particular EC2 instance connect. So I'll just click connect here. It's going to connect me to my console. I don't need to go through the SSH terminal wahala. This method is faster because you don't need all those SSH key process. So it has opened right now. All we need to do is do sudo apt update. So just like every other process that you have to do, you have to update your server. That's the first thing you do. So let's wait for it to be done. Okay, I'm going to do, so I have a list of commands to run, so I don't forget the steps to take, so I just wrote them down here. I'm just going to pick it. So I've done sudo apt update, so I'm going to do sudo apt upgrade. Sudo apt get upgrade and sudo apt upgrade is the same thing, so you can use sudo apt upgrade or sudo apt get update. I'm going to run this. I just want to make sure that we are using the latest version of apt. I'm waiting for the update to finish running. Let me take the next command. Okay, so next is to install Nginx. So I'm going to copy this, close this, and paste it on my console. Okay, so it's asking me a question. I'm going to say enter. Okay, so now I'm going to run Nginx. This is just normal installation process, how to install the package. That's what I'm doing. So you can Google how to install Nginx and just follow the steps. That's what I'm doing. So this prompt, I just click enter and it works. So then I need to install to run PHP files on Nginx. I need to install this particular extension, FPM, fast process manager, fast CGI process manager. That's what FPM means. So we're going to install that. It helps process it helps you to process PHP files. So I'm going to press that. Please don't install Apache. If you install Apache while running FPM, you're going to run into an error. You have to pick one. Either you choose this particular extension or you pick Apache extension. So as you can see, I don't have Apache running on this system, so we don't conflict. There are some There are some software that if you have both of them on the same server, it will conflict and not know which one to run. So try not to install unnecessary applications that do the same process. So the next is this command. So this command is going to open this particular directory so that we can make some configuration changes. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so it has opened. Now I'll just go down. There are some lines I have to uncomment, and there are some things I have to add to this configuration file. So this is the part I need to start making changes from. It says my root directory is -var www.html. That's correct. So the next thing I need to change is this index. So this index is saying that it should find one of these files in this particular location and open. It should open index.html. If it doesn't find that, open index.htm. Then if it doesn't find that, open index.nginx-debian html. So I'm going to add index.php so that it can open index.php if there is a PHP file. So I'm going to add it here. Index.php. Telling that when it searches for index and it doesn't find that file, it should search for index.php and open that file. Then if it doesn't find this, then it can open index.html. So if it doesn't find that, it will search for index. So these are just alternatively, and it follows it alternatively. If this one is not there, it finds this one. If this one is not there, it finds this. So before I save this configuration file, before I change, I'm going to visit the public IP of my instance just to make sure that Nginx is running. So nothing is showing. That means I need to make sure that it says welcome to Nginx. There's something wrong, because this is not the page I expected to see. I needed to see welcome to Nginx. That shows that I successfully installed Nginx. So I have to go back to my installation process and make some changes. So before I do that, let me finish configuration. So the first thing we did was to add index.php to this line of text. Then the next thing is to uncomment this part that says location. So you uncomment that and you uncomment this. Then you come down, then you uncomment this also, and then okay, that's all. And then you uncomment this bracket, the curly bracket. So let me see, that's not all. And then this location, you uncomment this also, uncomment this, uncomment this. So okay, that's all. So these are the changes you make to the configuration file. So this particular page says php.7.4. This is where most of your problems is starting from, because we never installed PHP 7.4. What we installed was PHP 8.1. Look at it, PHP 8.1 FPM. But now it's pointing us to PHP 7.4. So I'm going to change that. So let me just copy this, and then I want here to say PHP 8.1. So I'm going to edit that to specify PHP 8.1. Okay. So PHP 8.1 fpm.sub. So what this plan is saying is that it's the location for running, like the drive. Let me just say the drive, or if there's another word, for now I can just say the drive that is going to use to run the PHP file is located in this directory. Then when you if you visit this particular place, you will see this particular file. This configuration file was directing the drive to a wrong location that did not exist. So now I've made this correction manually, so it should work. I'm going to save this file because that's all we need to change. There's nothing to change again. We don't touch this other part because we don't need that. We just need this. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to exit. Okay, so I'm going to use systemctl because I did not start my Nginx. I forgot to do systemctl start in Nginx. Or it's not going to start because I did not use sudo. You have to use sudo when you, because I'm using an Ubuntu server, so I'm going to use sudo systemctl start Nginx. Okay, so I'm going to do so our Nginx have started. So I'm going to visit the public IP of this instance to check if my Nginx is running. I'm going to paste and go. Okay, so welcome to Nginx is running. That means my Nginx is up, just like Apache. Apache has its welcome page. Nginx also have its welcome page. But this is not what we want to display. What we want to display is this is a PHP file. Welcome to my PHP file, or just a PHP file. So let me create a simple. I'm going to create a simple PHP file that we can display on the same public IP address. This is a HTML file, but now I want a PHP file to be able to display. So we're going to go to the directory where our HTML file resides, then create an index file that will override that HTML file. So I'm going to go to cd into -var /ww html. So I'm going to ls to view the file. So this is the file that is loading by default, index.nginx blah blah blah. This is the default file. So I want to create another file called index.php. So I'm going to nano index.php. Okay, I did not use sudo, so let me close it and use sudo. Going to sudo nano. Okay, so now what we are going to place here, let me take it. I already created a simple PHP file, so I'm just going to copy what I wrote before and paste it. I think is this. No, not this. I think this. Okay. Let me put hello world, this is my PHP. Okay, so what this simple PHP file is going to do, the setup looks like HTML, but I added a PHP. This is the PHP line. This part is a PHP code. As you can see, it says this is a PHP language. So what it's going to do is going to echo the host name. So let me just copy this and paste it into the nano. Copy, paste it into the nano environment. Paste. Okay, and I'm going to save it and close it. I'm going to ls now to show you that now I have an index.php file. I'm going to do systemctl restart Nginx. This only appears because I did not use sudo, so let me use sudo. Let me add sudo to this command. Sudo systemctl. Okay, so now let me refresh this. Okay, so we are not seeing the welcome page now. We are now seeing my PHP file. Hello world, this is my PHP. So now I think that's all, because now we've installed Nginx and we've configured it to bypass. Let me show you. So we've configured it to bypass this HTML file, then focus on this index.php. So now you can now write anything you want in this index.php and it will work, because we've already gone to the configuration part and we've made this possible. So that's all. You can now display any PHP file you want. If you don't want to display this PHP file, all you need to do is to delete it. Once you delete it, it goes back to displaying this HTML file, because I told you it appears by precedence. if it first checks for files one after the other, anyone it doesn't find, then it opens the next one. But if that particular file is available, it opens it. So thank you for thank you for learning today. So don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel. This will help me make more videos for you. Thank you very much.